Hello and welcome, my Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your timeless shadow reading. I am your reader, Markangela Lyons, Mal for short. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of a bunch of different books. First one is called Spell Ingredients. The second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace has a Kindle version available if you want to check it out. There's a link in the description box that you can preview a chunk of it for free. It's divided into chakra chapters. It's a chakra part of this reading for sure for the shadow work series that I do here. And it's lovely. I love the Kindle version. I'll never disparage the Kindle version, but we really had to edit it down to make it all fit from the original version, which is available on patreon.com/drawingthecircle in our digital shop, as well as the only place to find my first book, Spell Ingredients. We've got audios and videos for sale over there in the digital shop. The audios and videos now have 2-minute free previews, give or take a minute there. If you want to go check them out and dip a toe, some of my subscribers over on Patreon get those audios, videos, and ebooks as part of their subscription package, depending upon level of subscription. But all of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream, like pretty much every single morning. I haven't missed a day in weeks now. I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things. We chat with each other about the astrological weather, the magical applications of said weather, the spiritual implications, always ending with a spiritual practice to send us on our way, and it's the best way for me to start the day. I truly love it so very, very, very much. My subscribers also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship stuff based, as well as they get a significant discount when they book me for private sessions, spiritual counseling readings, and all that jazz. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want to chill for some more info on all that stuff. And I love it. You can follow us for free, putting out more and more content for the free followers. They get advanced content, meaning eventually, you know, the other platforms I'm involved in will see it, but sometimes they're getting exclusive stuff just over on Patreon. The subscribers get to see it too. They knew about the new kitten that is now in my life long before anybody else on Facebook and X or whatever. You know, just it's so much fun. And by the way, you can also do a 7-day free trial as a seeker or a hero if you want to dip a toe, see what we got over on there. Jump out the last day if you like, but if you want the significant discount, you got to stay for a month and book me within the month. And I love it. The digital store is great. They keep giving us cool stuff to do, and I highly recommend it for creative types in general. It really was the best career move I've ever made. So if you feel so drawn, if you feel so called, click the link, check it out, come Patreon on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Markangela Lyons. You could just call me Mal. Hi, Taurians, my adorables, and your cross-watchers. It's shadow read time again. Yes, I've got a new kitten. I will pop up a picture at the end of him and I, Sammy and I together. So I've been really busy. I took a week off to kitten-proof the house. Really, it was more like 2 weeks, but you know, whatever. Who cares? He's here now. The boys are integrating, and if you hear meowing on the other side of the door, I can tell which cat it is, and really, it's the middle cat, Melchior, who is kind of like being very vocal as soon as I get in this room, it seems. So let's get down to business. We'll do some explanation for the new Taurians and cross-watchers. You know, I don't want to just drop them down in a shadow read without some explanation. If you've heard it all before, feel free to jump ahead. Hi, new bulls and your cross-watchers and cross-watchers. We are doing 6 cards for this shadow read. The shadow work, the letting go, the releasing, the forgiving, the surrendering, all of that fun stuff. I prefer the language of spiritual alchemy, doing the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and for illusion to truth, for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways. And Lord knows if it was easy, we would have been in nirvana thousands of years ago. That being said, let's talk about these 6 cards, 1 card from 6 different decks. Here's the chakra part. We're going to get a Caroline Myss archetype card. Caroline Myss, M-Y-S-S, she's a PhD, author of Anatomy of the Spirit, as well as Sacred Contracts, and I think I've read everything that she's written. She's been a huge help to me, because what's going on in the 8th chakra hovering over your head sends down all these codes to the other chakras, shifting what we attract and what we repel, so we have the opportunity to no longer delay what cannot be prevented in terms of our own healing, growth, and evolution, spiritual awakening, and all that jazz. The next 4 chakras down, we will get 1 Daughters of the Moon for the crown, third eye, throat, and heart, the internal, yin-internal feminine energy on the inside that maybe you share, maybe you don't. For the lower 3 chakras, we will be using the Mythic Tarot for the solar plexus, the sacrum, and the root, relationships in the physical world, as well as looking at yourself from the outside, or perhaps you from the inside looking out at people, places, and things, the yang dynamic, the masculine dynamic, whatever you want to call that. With those 8 chakras defined in 3 cards, we're going to get a Whisper of Lord Ganesh by Angela Hartfield to help remove the symbolic 3 elements as obstacles. Lord Ganesh, the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, to help us with the alchemy, I should say you. I don't have any planets in Taurus, but it's a wonderful deck. This is one of 3 what I call bookie book reads. I'm going to read for the bookie book for these last 3. So if you're going to do the shadow work, why not have a divine animal oracle there? We all have spirit animals and totems with us at all times. So this is a little clue, a little tip, a little hint to ask for some help. This is a wonderful deck, and the bookie book is very info dense, so I'm only going to read the description a little bit. I used to read the magical application in there, but these readings are long enough. And we will end with card number 6. All of my readings pretty much do with a Matt Kahn healing mantra to give you a little mental thing to work with, right, to implement as you go along, to help you with the shadow work. Because the truth is that as one of us does the shadow work, we all have the opportunity to shift to a more golden rather than leaded timeline, a more loving rather than fearful timeline. Apparently there's an infinite number of quantum timelines, and it is our free will to do, what we're going to do. But I know one thing for sure: every time I jump to a more golden, loving timeline, things do get better, and then things change, right? There's always a higher truth. There's always a higher path to take. That's called evolution, apparently. So there's our explanation. Let's get into the divination. The shift from one to the other, from explanation to divination, happens in the still point. So both feet on the floor if you can. I just learned this last week or so. If your knees are lower than your hips when you are sitting, your back will automatically become straighter. I've been really making that. I'm a Virgo, so I'm always looking for a way to heal myself, keep doing what I'm doing, and alignment helps. So, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will, and I will do the best that I can to help anybody do the shadow work. It seems to be at a maxim on planet Earth right now. We've been repressing this stuff for centuries, millennia, lifetime after lifetime. So, as immortal souls, why not get some personal healing done that will help heal this world? That's it. Let's get into the still point. Ready? Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything, and everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, what is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra for the Taurus collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers, indicating the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and illusion to truth for this timeless shadow read. Ooh. Ooh, the Fool card. Now, there is a part of this that is foolish, but I want you to think like the royal court, right? So you got the king, the queen, the knight, the prince, the princess, and then you have the fool, the only one that can speak truth to the king and queen without getting their heads chopped off because they're funny. I have this archetype. You can have an archetype reason, season, or lifetime, or be dealing with someone who has it reason, season, or lifetime. So written on the card here is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call this lead, this gold, 3 atoms symbolically in between that cannot be created or destroyed, only released, transformed, forgiven, surrendered. Alchemized is the word I use. So, let's see if you can see this in me. The shadow attribute, the lead, using humor to wound rather than liberate. Well, I can say that's how I was raised. I am Generation X, so, you know, that sarcastic, scalding humor is in there. Denial of your emotional truth. Not anymore, because the gods can't heal what we won't acknowledge, and, you know, emotions are a thing. The gold you're shooting for here, fearlessly revealing emotion. That's who I am now, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Like, for example, the most ancient spiritual mystic truth that we have is all is one. There's only one of us. Unity is the law. There's only one of us incarnate, and yet look what's going on the planet, right? And nobody gets out of here alive, so why not have more fun and embrace the unity of it all and laugh as you go, right? It's better than... My guides told me when I was a teenager, I've been doing this a long time. I've been reading tarot since I'm 12. I'm 55. Yeah, I know, I don't look at things. Rapid wrinkle repair and witchcraft go a long way. They said to me, if you have the choice between laughter and tears, laugh, because sometimes there ain't nothing to do but cry. Boy, were they right. So, off to a fun start, I should say. Let's get the next 4 chakras down with 1 Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Please take a nice deep breath. Goddesses override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. My beloved goddesses, please 1 card in clarity for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs and their cross watchers. What's going on? Heart, third eye crown to help them alchemize the Fool for this timeless shadow read. Ooh, the Lovers. Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, hanging out in a see-through nightie with apparently a really good friend. Now this card, is it always about romance? No, no. Major Arcana cards, the way I read in a chakra read, only 1 card per zone. It unifies all of them. So this is about making the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions. Mental power, emotional power, and willpower, free will power, right? So, you know, definitely that allows for alchemy, but this is the inside stuff. And nobody needs to know you're doing that unless you want to share, right? Heart, third eye crown, the world behind your eyes, right? So how can you make wise, loving, empowering choices and decisions? Well, certainly you can look at the hypocrisy of this world, and if you've got judgments about stuff, and who doesn't, right? Allow that judgment to teach you. It's like, okay, well, then let's take that as an intuitive hit that I want to do it this way instead of that way, right? And it's a process, it's a journey, but certainly expressing how you're feeling emotionally, your emotional truth, even if nobody else knows. Really, really important, because there's a difference in my experience between an emotion and an intuitive feeling, and each chakra has its own language that it takes a while to familiarize ourselves with, even though it's in our own nervous and energy systems. So, a real opportunity here to transcend. And though this is definitely different than the Fool card, there is certain leaps of faith when it comes to fearlessly revealing our emotions. Us earth signs. I'm Virgo, by the way. 4 planets, 2nd house. Lovely. Let's look at the lower 3 chakras. Remember, this is you looking at yourself from the outside, or possibly you from the inside looking out at people, places, and things. And sometimes there's mirroring, so both do apply. Please take a nice deep breath. Feet on the floor. Still point. My gods override. A place for everything and everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. My beloved gods, one card in clarity, lower 3 chakra dynamic for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross watchers. What do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of in the masculine yang physical world part of this to help them alchemize the Fool and the Eighth with the Lovers, Heart, Third Eye Crown? For this timeless read, you got a double whammy in terms of 2 major arcana cards. You've got the High Priestess. The High Priestess, Persephone Underground, no longer the Maiden of Spring or the Lady of Summer. Here she is, the Queen of the Underworld. She got herself a pomegranate and some wilted daisies. Well, she'll be coming back soon at the time of this timeless recording. I'm recording this in February 2024, so at Ostara, vernal equinox, she returns and spends 6 months with her mother, Demeter. So what I can tell you about this is that she is a guide of souls when she's down there. She holds up a torch to light the way for the new souls who are going to reincarnate and come back anyway, most likely. But the High Priestess, I'm going to say, yes, creative intuition is Heart, Third Eye Crown. Really important to do that work on the inside. Lower 3 chakras, when they're unified, as a major arcana card does when I do these types of readings, it really is saying that your survival intuition, lower 3 chakras, how you navigate your way through this world is really indicated here. So yeah, fearlessly reveal your emotions, but if you're not feeling safety in the room, don't, right? Absolutely don't. But also don't attack with that humor, right? Just because you're uncomfortable. I know, it's like trying to resist gravity. It really is how I was raised. I was born on Long Island, New York. Can you tell? Yeah, you can. Yeah, sure, forget about it. But what I love about this particular card, and of course in many of the High Priestess artistic interpretations throughout tarot, is once again, the High Priestess is in between a dark pillar and a light pillar, mercy and severity, and she represents the middle column, the middle pillar, if you want to go all Kabbalah with all of that, the tree of life and all of that. So intuition is high, but I also know from the High Priestess, soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little, listen much. If you are dealing with somebody with a real abusive sense of humor, right, totally denigrating you and then saying, come on, can't you take a joke? You're probably looking at a toxic narcissist. So it could just understand they are in pain. Nobody does that when they are kind of embracing all of their emotions and, you know, in a process. And, you know, and like I said, I was raised by the sarcastic. It really was. So that sense of humor does come out, but I try not to use it as a weapon. Because I think we got enough weapons on the planet. Yeah, would you agree? I think you do. So, chakras are on the table. Let's ask Lord Ganesh how to remove the obstacles and do some shadow work here for you. Come on. Please take a nice deep breath. Still mind. Ganesh override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesh, what is your wise, loving, empowered oracle message to assist the Taurus and the Taurus collective and their cross-watchers to alchemize the Fool in the Eighth, Lovers on the inner, High Priestess on the outer for this timeless shadow read? Achievement! This is Ganesh and his 2 wives, Siddhi and Riddhi. We've had this deck for a while, and I know that because I read the bookie book. Card number 42, the keyword here is achievement. So there is an achievement here, but this one is about prosperity and abundance, because that's what Siddhi and Riddhi, I will get you the spelling for that, because it's written here. So, you are surrounded by abundance and prosperity, luxury and quality, prestige and sophistication, value and elegance. By the way, all of those are very Taurus vibes. if you're with me. Many stories relate that Ganesh has two wives, Siddhi, S-I-D-D-H-I, which in Sanskrit means success, I believe it's Sanskrit, and Riddhi, R-I-D-D-H-I, prosperity. The symbolism of these two women indicates that if you walk on the path set by Ganesh, success and prosperity are guaranteed to be always by your side. It's very earth-signy. The search for material success seldom brings with it achievement of spiritual goals, have you noticed? Ganesha wishes you to realize that by actively developing your spirituality and consciously working with the divine, you will experience flow-on effects in all areas of your existence. When you stay connected to your spiritual nature, you have a more serene mind, develop an accepting perception of yourself. This attitude will help your heart open to spiritual matters. A high level of self-mastery coupled with a high ethical practice will increase the likelihood of enjoying material success. So, with that full part of it, sometimes it is a risk to, freely share what you're feeling, particularly in these very emotionally charged times here. So I'm going to say this is a real key to really feel what you're feeling on the inside. If there is a narcissistic, vampiric thing going on, parasitic thing going on, it might be really hard to do that. But this isn't saying go for the money. It's saying go for the spiritual gold in the matter. So maybe this is a soft of eye, light of touch, speak ye little, listen much. Thank you, Doreen Valiente. Look her up. Blessed be. So, I just totally get Tony Orlando and Dawn vibes off of this, but, tie a yellow ribbon. Our second of 3 bookie book reads, we will get the Divine Animals Oracle. Everyone has access to totems as well as spirit animals. So if you're going to do the shadow work, why not have your battle cat with you, you big He-Man? Or what was the pony's name for She-Ra, Princess of Power? I don't know, but she had the power. Please take a nice deep breath. I can make a shadow read fun, sort of. Oh, feet on the floor. Still point. Totemic override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs. In time and space. For the well-being of all with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved spirit animals and totems, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, giving them the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the support, and the protection needed to alchemize the Fool in the 8th, Lovers on the inner, High Priestess on the outer, removing obstacles with achievement for this timeless shadow read. The dolphin, happiness, all right, this is making more sense now. So, laugh, clown, laugh, right? That this might very well be a thing of paying attention, taking the lower 3 chakra intuition, and to know when to bring the humor in. Now look, the truth is that if you're just happy for no reason whatsoever, people don't like it. But that's on them, right? Happiness is our natural state. Like the sun doesn't go out because it's a cloudy day. Sun doesn't go out, right? But it is obscured. So of course we have emotions. So maybe the fearless revelation of emotion here is about your happiness. And who don't love a dolphin? Card number 42. I'm just going to read you a teeny, tiny little part of this. Oh, number 42. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. So long. Thanks for all the fish. Yeah, Douglas Adams, although I'm really a Terry Pratchett. I'm a turtle head. The turtle moves, and so does the dolphin. Dolphin shows up in his books, too. Come on, we're almost there. The dog, 41, the dolphin, 42. Happiness is the key word. Happiness is not a continuous state, though it is a worthy feeling to seek. Know what makes you happy and do more of this. Happiness has everything to do with your reaction to life rather than what happens to you from outside sources. So another take I'm getting on this is that high priestess might be a situation where you have to keep mum's the word. Now, I get church giggles very easily, when you're not allowed to laugh, you're not supposed to laugh. And again, that's my family. That's how I was raised, right? It's like I remember being at a funeral at a little kid and someone was cracking a joke and it was just, you practically herniate yourself to try and not laugh. So, that might be a situation where it might be inappropriate too. So to achieve here, how do you do this? Well, you can be happy without opening your mouth. But also you can see the hypocrisy, if you're working for a company, just as an example, it's about helping people be healthier, but you're not allowed to laugh. That's hypocritical. So, where do I leave off? If you place your happiness solely in the hands of others, then you will be disappointed. Yeah, because it's an inside job. Seriously. All right. Now think about dolphins, right? They're above the water, they're below the water, above the water, below the water. And that can very much be this. You're going to go inside, feel what you got to heal what you got to heal, bring that in, right? Do your spiritual who's what's this for achievement, for success and prosperity. But then soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little, listen much. Doesn't mean never speak. It's not that the high priestess never speaks, but when she does, she means what she says. And it's usually mystical truth, right? Not illusion. All right, taking it. Last card down, the Macon Healing Mantra, put it all together. Voices of the Ascended Masters, please take a nice deep breath. Ascended Master Override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect and precise healing mantra to assist the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers to alchemize the Fool in the 8th, Aphrodite lovers on the inner, Persephone High Priestess on the outer, removing obstacles with achievement, success, and prosperity through their spiritual journey, practice, call it what they will, to maybe embrace that happiness within them, to share that happiness, to partake in that happiness for this timeless shadow reading. Liberating love. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. So like I said, I'm a Virgo, earth signs, right? So we can be very service-oriented, right? We can very much say, oh no, let me not show my happiness. It will upset them. Sometimes, that's appropriate. That's an appropriate choice to make. But then, by all means, allowing yourself to receive the fulfillment that you're willing to give to another person is extremely liberating. And certainly if people are waiting for us to make them happy, catch me on a good day, I'm a lot of fun, but ultimately my happiness is up to me. And that, oh yeah, I just came up with that. Isn't that good? No, it's not new. It's hardly new. Liberate love. Oh dear, dear, dear. Liberating love. I allow, and watch that word allow, because only you can allow yourself anything. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. When love is liberated, your heart remains open to all the gifts that life has to offer. As love is liberated from the emotional wounds of the human condition, it becomes easy to accept, forgive, and receive. There you go. When such actions seem exhausting, which is maybe why the High Priestess is in there, to pull back until you're recharged. When such actions seem exhausting, it's simply a sign that your heart doesn't feel safe enough to remain open. Hence, the Lover's card, Heart, the third eye crown. When this occurs, your will's freedom, third chakra, to embrace each tender corner of your consciousness will allow opening up to resume. When your heart has permission to open, your love is liberated and you can shine a light into all levels of reality to awaken the truth of all. And that is that unity. Everybody suffers. Everybody has sadness. Everybody has pain. But underneath it all, we're really lovely. Underneath it all, no doubt, right? Behind all of those clouds, there is the sun. There is that happiness. That is our natural state of being. So this mantra is ideal for learning how to believe in yourself, promoting self-realization, and integrating the shadow. Well, there we go. A shadow work mantra for a shadow work reading. So if you are new, I end all of my readings here on the tube of you with what we call a blessimation. It started over on Patreon. It's a combination of a blessing and a summation. I never know what's going to come out of my mouth. But let's see what comes out of my mouth one last time for this reading at least. Please take a nice deep breath. Still breathe. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to do the shadow work required by liberating love, allowing themselves to receive all the fulfillment they are willing to give, and giving themselves access to that happiness with that dolphin magic on the inside as they go about their spiritual practice, process, and journey here with achievement. More likely on the inner, but then to show that opens up gateways to finance, success, and prosperity on the outer. And Earth signs just love that, but there might be some high priestess energy here where it's going to be more intuitive than intellectual. It may not make so much sense intellectually to go there, but as they go, perhaps some soft of eye and light of touch, speaking little and listening much, not just to the outside, but to the inside, lower three chakra dynamic, survival intuition, could really bring them into the right place in the right time faster than just trying to figure it out with the third eye alone. Because on the inner, they got the Lover's card, life-changing decisions. A choice, I'll have a cup of coffee. A decision, I'm going to quit this and roast my own beans as a living, right? No, big life-changing decision here, but certainly to allow themselves to love themselves as they are seems to make sense. Because this is a masculine family archetype, nothing to do with gender and biology, but so that they can alchemize the fool, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping others laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy, like how we feel alone and yet we're all one, and certainly the spiritual perspective and that happiness that comes from that allows us to see that that's the way it's always been on this planet, and so that we can swim like dolphins into that happiness in that way as they liberate love for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for my beloved bulls, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So might it be. And so it is. That was a good one. Yeah, pretty fun shadow read, really, for the most part. I just love that it was talking about integrating the shadow in that last card. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button, the thumbs up. It helps other Taurians and cross-watchers find it. The more people who are actively doing this kind of healing, the faster this world evolves. So kind of worth it, yeah? And if you want more of me here on YouTube, do subscribe. I'm not stopping because I get a kick out of doing this. So, you know, it's a wonderful way for me to reach people around the world. So you want to follow along, and more kitty pictures are going to be coming. You're going to get one in a couple of minutes if you hang in there. And if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more mal, come to Patreon. On Patreon, the daily check-ins are one of my favorite things to do. And really, I haven't missed a day in weeks. I love doing it. Sometimes, you know, if I'm working the night before, I'm a little too burnt for that. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s, as well as they get that significant discount. We'll talk about that in a minute or so. But remember, you can follow us for free. We're getting more and more free followers, which just makes me want to put out more advanced as well as exclusive content for them, although the subscribers get to see that stuff too. And you can 7-day free trial as Seeker or Human, our first 2 levels of subscription, just to dip a toe. Bail the last day if you want, but if you want the significant discount, you gotta stay for a month and book me within the month, because it just feels right, doesn't it? Just, yes, it feels right as an earth sign. You're feeling me, hopefully. And yeah, I love it. Check it out. Go check out the store. You can listen to all of the previews, right? The 2-minute previews of the audios, and watch some of the all of the videos have 2-minute video previews as well. And that's my back catalog. Now that I'm in my new home and with my new little kitty cat, I'm going to be making some more stuff in support for the 3rd book that is in process. So yeah, click the link. Go look at the menu. It's freaking lovely. Come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lions, Markangela Lions. You may just call Mal. And if you would like to book me for one of those private sessions, spiritual counseling, readings, and all of that, well, I made a video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal that explains it for you, except I recorded that when I was living in Holbrook, Long Island. Now I am in Saratoga Springs, New York, and a lot has changed. For example, I'm available for readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs on Fila Street. You contact them directly. That's kind of outside of what we're talking about here, but in the new video I will be mentioning it because I really do need to redo it. I am also taking clients online, which is the majority right now. Freaking freezing up here, and I am setting up an office to do readings with clients here eventually, but I gotta get to know people before I invite them into the house. Most of them just want to see the kitty. I know, I'm well aware, but the majority of the work that I do is on Zoom calls, where I send the client a link. They come into the conversation, we record the whole thing so they don't have to remember anything or take notes, right? When the reading is over, I send them a link, they download it to their device, they tell me they downloaded it, and I delete it from the cloud, so they're the only ones that have it. I say in that video, title hovering over my head, that confidentiality is really important to me. I took vows to the gods to keep all this stuff confidential. When there is an agreement of confidentiality, I keep it in the vault and I take it to the grave, seriously. But the most important thing I say in that there video hanging up there is that I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, there's a way. And I always work it out. We always work it out. So absolutely go watch the video. It's fun. A new one will come eventually, but my mom really laughs at that one. She thinks it's great. So we'll stay up, but a new one is coming. And if you would like to see a picture of my new little kitty cat, Samuel, bam, there he is. There's my little boy. Oh, he's so wonderful. He's so itty bitty, teeny tiny, born December 10th, 2023. So he's a real itty bitty little kitten, and I love him so much. And, you know, if you want to see more of him, definitely follow me on Facebook. Because on Facebook, and I'm monetized on Facebook. So putting out more and more stuff as he grows and as we go along. So thank you so much for watching my adorables. I do love earth signs big time. And honestly, with the Fool and happiness, liberating love, right, with achievement, it's really just what you're dealing with in the outside world, but that you have the power within you. Just like He-Man and She-Ra, let's not leave them out of the conversation, to really, really do this shadow work in a way that is perhaps lighter than what us earth signs are used to. So I believe in you. You got this. If you need help, you know to reach out. But otherwise, I know that Taurians value their happiness very, very much. So a little shadow work goes a long way these days. So you got this. Hang in there. I love you. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.